Hey guys, and welcome to a video that I've been procrastinating to make for the past 8 days now. I am at home and I'm getting a little too comfortable. I'm not doing any work, but let's change that today. It's the 14th of August already, and you guys will be going to college the day after tomorrow, so your questions should be answered. And let me do that right now. I think my life now is just about me getting new experiences and then me getting asked a million questions about those new experiences, and then me talking to a camera answering questions about those experiences. I'm not complaining. Let's begin. So firstly, let's deal with the question that most of you guys have clicked on this video for: accommodation. So if you are coming to Delhi and you got into Delhi University, you will be needing a place to live, obviously. And you will be having three options. Like you might know, either you can go for a PG or a hostel or a flat. Now, I would like to rule out the possibility of a flat completely right now, because I don't think it's a good idea to go to a complete new city by yourself and start living in a flat, because that is a lot of responsibility. It's too many things to manage all at once. And when you're coming to college, it gets very overwhelming. There are so many things happening that you have to adjust and adapt to. And along with that, if your 3 meals a day are sorted, and you don't have to think about what you want to eat, it's a good feeling. So even if you desperately want to live in a flat, do it in the second year. Many of my friends are doing it right now. But for the first year, you should only either go for a PG or a hostel. It is a safer option as well. Okay, PGs. So if you're coming to DU, living in PGs is the most abundantly available accommodation option. PGs are everywhere. Around North Campus itself, you'll find PGs in Hudson Lane, in Kamla Nagar, in Vijay Nagar, in Old Gupta Colony, in Mukherjee Nagar. All these areas around North Campus are filled with PGs, starting from the range of, I think, 10,000 up to the range of 25,000 for a bed. That's true. In my experience, I was looking for a PG before I'd gotten into the hostel, but I could not find a livable PG under the range of 10,000. So 10,000 is like the starting point. You cannot expect anything below that. And even the ones ranging from 10 to 15k, where I did not feel like I could live in those PGs. There would be triple sharing rooms. You would get one bed, like a tiny mini crammed space. Now again, this is completely based on my experience alone. There might be PGs that I've not been to and you end up finding them, so that's on you. But again, in my experience, PGs in the range of 10 to 15k were just not livable, at least for me. So you really will have to hunt for a good PG if your budget is under 15k. If your budget, however, can extend from 15 to 20k, you can get a pretty decent PG in that range. I don't really know a lot about PGs because I've been living in the hostel since I've been to Delhi, but all my friends live in PGs. And from what I've noticed, I've realized that if you can spend up to 20,000, you can get a pretty decent place to live. If not, then I think hostels are a better alternative. At some PGs, the food is really good. At some other PGs, it is simply non-edible. So you just have to hunt a lot, basically. Anyway, let's talk about hostels now. I know many of you want to know about hostels from me because you know that I live in a hostel. So not all colleges of DU offer hostels, especially for boys. Even for girls, the hostel seats are very limited. In Miranda, we had like 3 seats per department. I obviously did not get into the Miranda House hostel, and it was based on merit only. It was based on CUET scores. So you'll first have to look whether your college offers a hostel or not. If it does, then you should definitely apply for it. I think all the dates for it are gone now. I think the admission for college hostels has also been done. I'm sorry I'm posting this video so late. Anyway, this is for future people coming to DU. Generally, living in campus is a pretty great experience. You're constantly surrounded by people who are also going to the place that you go to study for. A lot of different things are happening all the time that you can participate in easily because you live in campus, so you're constantly exposed to everything that's happening. And also, you don't have to commute from your place of residence to your college. That is the biggest advantage of living in an in-house hostel or a college hostel per se. Like some people from the hostel I know, they would literally just wake up 5 minutes before class and just come. That's it. So easy for them. I was always jealous. But even if you're not getting the college hostel, there's also the option of the university hostel that's available. That's where I live in. So the hostel that I live in is called the Undergraduate Hostel for Girls, or UGHG. It takes me around 5 to 7 minutes to get there from college via e-rickshaw. You guys have been asking me a lot of questions about my hostel. So if you want to apply there, the registration is going on. You'll first have to go to the website and register for it. The last date is 25th. After you've registered, you'll get an application which is like 10 to 12 pages long. You'll have to fill it entirely. You'll have to print it out and then fill it. You'll have to attach all the relevant documents, and you'll have to go and submit it in the hostel office. So yes, that's a pretty long procedure. But after a week or so of submitting the applications, the merit list will come out, and if you've gotten into the hostel, you will have to pay the fees for it, and the fees will be submitted of the entire academic year. So like for us, we got in the hostel in December, so we had to pay the fees, hostel fees, from December to July. That was our academic year, our first year. After you've paid the fees, you can just see the room that you want to, and you can just shift into the hostel. The rooms are double-seater. They're very big and spacious. Every room has a balcony. The hostel campus is very beautiful. It's big, it's green, there are lawns everywhere. It has a study room, a gym that is not really a gym, but let's call it that. And the food is also nice-ish. Some things are very good, some things are not good at all. It works. The cons, I would say, are that there's a curfew of 8 p.m. Yes, we are living in archaic times. So if you're out of the hostel, you can come back by 10. But if you're inside the hostel, you cannot leave after 8. I hope that makes sense. And another thing is that there is no Wi-Fi. Welcome to the 1900s. But like, it's still manageable. My college has a Wi-Fi, so I mostly do all my work there. And my 2 GB data pack per day works. So it's manageable is what I'm saying. Obviously, the hostel is a lot cheaper as well, almost half the price of PGs in that area. So it's a pretty good option if you want to save up or you're on a tight budget. And also you meet very different kinds of people in a hostel, people from all kinds of backgrounds. In PGs, I think that is very restricted. So that was all about the hostels and my hostel in particular. I hope you have gotten a basic idea of what it's like. I don't entirely love everything about the hostel, as evident, but it's a very, very good option for the price that I'm paying. You can see the fee structure on the hostel website. I will try to link it in the description. And if you have any other questions about this hostel, just ask me in the comments, I'll reply. I'm very free right now. Okay, so on 16th is your orientation. What basically happens in the orientation is that firstly, there's a department orientation. So your department briefs you up with what the subject is about, what you'll be taught in it, and what its scope is. Generally, the council of the department, the president, vice president, CRs, Gen Sec, treasurers, they are there for the department orientation, and they introduce themselves to you and they ask you for an introduction. College tip 101, prepare a 2 minutes introduction for yourself. I had to prepare it on spot and it was awkward. So just briefly think of something that you want to say about yourself, and the first thing that people in college would like to hear about you from you. So that always helps. In the first month of college, everybody is going to ask for your introduction, the societies that you go for, the teachers that you meet, your seniors, everybody is going to ask that. So just learn it by heart. After the department orientation, there is an overall college orientation where the principals and the senior professors talk about stuff. The conveners of societies also talk about the societies. I really liked it. It was a nice experience, but even if you're not able to attend it, it's not a big deal. You will eventually come to know about all these things. More than half of my class did not show up on our orientation day, and they were fine. You'll be fine too. Somebody asked, what is the dress code for first day of college? Nothing, you're not in school anymore. This is so cute. But there is no dress code. Wear whatever you want to wear, whatever you're comfortable in. What are the normal college timings? Okay, so there's no fixed schedule for every single day. Some days college starts at 10, some days it starts at 8. So there's a different routine for every single day of the week, and you'll be getting that timetable as soon as you get into college. And as for the end timing, after the addition of these Sec, Vac and AC courses, 3 days a week college will be till 5 in the evening, and the other days it can vary. So for us, the Vac was on Monday 3 to 5, AC was on Thursday 3 to 5, and Saturdays are for SEC, at least in my college. So on Saturday 1 to 5 was for our Sec. Round 3 allocation is yet to come on 22nd August. So this simply means that the one will wait till the result will miss his or her orientation anyway. So if you've upgraded your preference list and you are waiting for round 3, you might have gotten another college in round 2, and you can attend the orientation of the college that you've gotten in round 1 or round 2. But if you haven't gotten any college and you're waiting for round 3 only, then of course you will miss all the orientations. I hope I'm clear. Whatever college you've gotten into right now, attend its orientation on 16. If later on you're allotted another college, go to that college and attend its classes. And if you're not allotted any other college, just stay in that particular college whose orientation you attended. If you haven't gotten any college right now and you're waiting for the third list, you will simply start attending classes of the college that you got in the third list and you will miss its orientation. So yeah, you're right. Hostel and PG essentials. So if you want to bring something from your hometown, you should bring a bedsheet and a pillow cover, a towel, your toothbrush, and your childhood stuffed toy. That really helps. After you've settled in, you'll have to do a little bit of shopping. These little things that we don't think about, like a bucket, a mug, a plastic dabba for storing all your snacks. What's the process after accepting and freezing the DU seat? You just pay the admission fees and then you come and start attending college. That's the procedure, that's it. And you find a place to stay as well. Okay, important question. What is DSC, GE, VAC, AC, SEC? And how to choose these courses? DSC is your discipline specific course. So whatever course that you're taking admission in, like if I'm doing my honors in philosophy, my DSC is the subjects that I study under philosophy. For every course, you have 3 subjects under it, which are your DSCs. Your GE is your general elective, and this is a subject that you choose from any other department. Like for me, it is political science. You can choose any GE from any department that your college is offering. And under NEP, if you continue your same GE for 7 semesters, then you will be given a minor degree in that subject. And your core subject is your major. So I'm majoring in philosophy and minoring in political science. So also if you want to minor in a particular subject, then make sure that your college has that department or you'll not be able to. Apart from these, the other 3 are just additional courses that have been added from our year. The SEC is the skill enhancement course, the VAC is the value added course, and AC is the ability enhancement course. So there's an entire list of SEC and VAC courses available on the DU website. You can check it out, and there might be courses that your college is offering, there might be courses that your college is not offering. If you want to pick a course that your college is not offering, you will have to go to another college for it. That could be a little bit of a hassle, so I don't really think it's worth it. I've not done it. But if it's a course that you really want to do, then you should definitely go for it. One simple advice that I'd give for second VAC is choose courses that are easy and that won't be a burden on you, and choose courses that are taught by nicer professors who are helpful. And you can ask about this to your seniors. This is different for different colleges, obviously. But if the professor is helpful, then the course becomes a lot easier to complete. You already have to study a lot for your core papers and your GE. And on top of that, studying for these papers can be a lot overburdening if it's a very tough course. Just pick courses that you think you can bullshit your way through, even if you don't study for them a lot. And that will be my sole advice. I know people are very passionate in the first semester to study things that they really want to. I was as well, but it got very, very hectic. So from the second semester, I've only been picking courses that I don't have to attend the classes for that much, and where the attendance doesn't matter that much, and where the teachers are helpful, and where I don't have to study a lot, basically. Now in AEC, which is the ability enhancement course, you pick a language in one semester and then you pick environmental science in the next semester. It goes on alternatively. So one thing to remember here is that the language that you pick in the first semester, you will have to pick the same language in the third semester. We did not know about this. I wanted to change my language. I did not want to study Hindi grammar, but I will have to now. But yes, pick a language that you would be okay with for at least 2 semesters, and there will be limited languages that your college is offering. Generally, Hindi is offered everywhere. Apart from that, we had Sanskrit, Tamil and Bengali. And if there are any other regional languages that you want to study that your college is not offering, you can go to other colleges for that. You can talk in the admin. And yeah, that's basically it about SecVac, AEC and DSE and GE. I hope you're a little bit more familiar with all these now. Always talk to seniors. Your immediate seniors will be able to help you, my batch, and they'll have a better idea of the faculty of a particular department and how easy or how hard a particular course is. So always talk to seniors and make a wise decision. All the best. Can we take our parents with us to the orientation day? Yes, we can. It was the cutest thing ever. The parents were waiting on the outside in a shade kind of thing, and our orientation was going on, and the parents kept waiting until it was done, and then students came back. It reminded me of the first day of school. I don't remember my first day of school, but it reminded me of that. I've gotten a few questions about my course. how is philosophy honors in general, and I really don't know what to say about it. If you've been interested in philosophy as a subject ever before, then you might really enjoy it. Like, I was a huge nerd about it. I used to watch Exerbia videos and the School of Thought videos all the time. And I think because of that, I've really come to enjoy a lot of things that we are being taught in this course. But I will also say that if you have never been interested in philosophy and you don't like, reading such things, then it will be very tedious for you. I'm not gonna lie, because there are a lot of brain numbing theories that you have to study. There'll be a lot of times when you'll read something and you'll be like, what does this even mean? This makes absolutely no sense. And why would somebody think that? But it's fun nonetheless. At least to me it is. To many people it's not. So I don't know. It very much depends upon you and if you're interested in it at all or not. In the beginning, I was very skeptical about my course. I was like, I'm only here because of the college and I would not be here if it wasn't for Miranda. But over the course of time, I've really come to enjoy studying some things, and I'm very excited for the second year because the syllabus is very, very amusing. So just introspect, look at the detailed syllabus. If it interests you, then well and good. If not, then it's not for everybody. It's okay. Somebody also asked me, is philosophy hard to score in? I think all liberal arts subjects are, because we only write subjective answers. There is no definite answer, so it just depends on how well you frame an essay. In college, you only have to write essays. You get essay type questions basically, and you get short notes sometimes. So it just depends on how well you articulate your points and how well you've structured your argument. What are the resources you use to study for philosophy? So generally, you get binders in the photocopy shop of your college, and apart from that, your professors will recommend you if there are any books that you need to buy, because this is a subject that mostly people have not studied before, so you need an introductory guide to it. So you can ask your professors and they'll recommend something for you to get an introduction to the subject. Apart from that, everything is available online, I think. And if you have a laptop, you don't even need to buy the binders. It gets very convenient that way. How's the placement for philosophy honors? It's a dead-end degree, bro. Most of the people who are doing this course will either do a master's or they will be preparing for some competitive examination. And if you have a strong background of working in different kinds of internships that are related to the field that you want to work in, you might get placed, because the placement cell of my college at least is very active. But apart from that, don't expect anything from the degree specifically. For career opportunities, of course, you could go in academics, you could do a master's in PhD, or you could do your master's in a different field altogether and acquire a technical skill that would help you get placed. You could also go for government jobs and sit in competitive examinations. You could do law. And if none of these interest you, you can always be a content creator, right? What type of clothes should we buy to wear in college? Any clothes you're comfortable in. I also feel like in college, your style develops a lot. You see all these people experimenting with their outfits and you feel like, maybe I could want to do something like that too. And you develop your own style and your fashion sense just elevates a lot. Not speaking from personal experience or anything. Got into Miranda for Paul Science philosophy. Last year at Paul Science in 10th. Will the switch be comfortable? Okay, so at least for the first semester in college, they basically give you an introduction of the subject, because these are the courses where people are coming from a lot of different backgrounds. So everybody needs to have an idea of what the course is about. But there will be a lot of students who will know more things than you because they're coming from a similar background, and that is okay. You will have to work just a little bit harder, just like 1% harder, and it will be fine. If you want to study NCRTs of 11th and 12th, and if you have the time for it, then go for it. I mean, you have nothing to lose. It's always a good idea. But even if you don't, I think it will be all right. What are the monthly expenses of living alone in Delhi? So this depends from person to person. If you order a lot of food from outside, then your expenses will be more. The general expense that everybody has to bear is the money that you require for commuting from your place of residence to your college. Apart from that, you will have books or binders to buy. That's mostly in the beginning of the semester, and that's not a monthly expense. You also need to have some money for food. You'll sometimes be eating in the canteen, or maybe you'll have to buy some fruits for yourself. You should. I'm really bad at this. I'm trying to get better, but you should have some money for all of that. Apart from that, all rest is optional money. All of it is money that you can choose to spend or you can choose to save. After spending a month-long time with yourself alone, you will get an idea of how much money you require as an extra expense over food and rent. But Alyssa, for Eco Honors, please talk about good PGs in South Campus. Unfortunately, I don't know about a lot of PGs in the South Campus, but I know that right in front of LSR, I think right in front of the back gate of LSR, there's this whole line of PGs. There's a colony of people who have turned their homes into PGs. So you should definitely check that out. And you should try connecting with someone who is in LSR on LinkedIn or maybe Instagram, and they can help you out with that. What we need to bring on our first day, ID card nahi hoga to how will we enter? You might have gotten a fee receipt after you made the payment for your admissions, and you have to get that fee receipt printed out, and you need to bring it on the first day of orientation. About 2-3 weeks into college, you'll be getting your ID card as well, so don't worry about that. Is Miranda worth the hype? For someone who has to move a long distance from home for a BA degree and doesn't really want to. If you don't want to, nothing is worth the hype. So, trust your instincts. Advice on making friends in context of college. Okay, a long discussion. Welcome to my video. So, you firstly need to set your standards, okay? You don't have to be friends with the first person that comes along. You need to know what kind of people you want to spend the next 3 years of your life with. And you need to be very selective about it. But the thing is, until you find the people who are going to be your good friends or like your permanent friends, you will have to be with people who are going to be your temporary friends also. I actually heard someone say this in an Instagram reel, and it was very, very relatable. You have to temporarily be friends with certain people so that ultimately you find your kind of people, you know what you want and don't want in a friend, and then you have a different friend group that you really like. If you're coming from outside of Delhi, please don't let go of your identity, the place you come from, and the background you belong to. Hold on to it, especially from people who are from states like Bihar. We have this habit of looking down on ourselves when we interact with people from these metropolitan cities, and you don't have to do that. Own your identity unapologetically. You might be discriminated for it. I hope you're not, but I was. People said, you don't look like a Bihari. Somebody told me you're too pretty to be a Bihari. I don't know how that's supposed to be a compliment. I got really offended by that. And yeah, people are going to say all kinds of things, but you have to own your identity and you do not need to change yourself for it. I wanted to mention this in context of making friends because you want to be sure that the person you're friends with is not bigoted towards you, right? And vice versa. You should not be bigoted towards the person who's in front of you. I'm getting a little bit off topic, but this was important for me to put out there. If you are introverted and you find it difficult to open up to people easily, it's okay. I was too. But the thing is, you don't have to be best friends with someone in the within the first month of college itself. It will take time, okay? Maybe you don't have any department friends, but you have great society friends. You just give yourself some time. 6 months in or 1 year in, you will find your kind of people eventually. But even if you don't, it's okay. It's okay to be alone in college. I don't think this is addressed enough. I think college life has been glorified to be this grand scale experience where you have to have a large group of friends that you're always going on trips with. But that's not necessarily the case for every person, and it's okay. Maybe you'll end up having a great time in college without all of this. You never know. So just give yourself some time, go with the flow. Don't put too much pressure on yourself to make friends. It will come naturally, and when it does, it will be good. All the best. I'm so proud of you. Okay, that was it. I hope I answered all your questions. I think I did. Have a great first day of college, have a great first year of college. I won't be there on the 16th. I'm going back a week after college reopens. So if you spot me around campus, come say hi. It will be great. I will not do a meet and greet because I'm scared nobody will show up and I'll make a fool of myself. But yeah, come say hi to me personally. I'm very approachable, I think. And I would love to talk to you. And yeah, all the best again. I'll see you again in another video. Bye. Take care. So proud of you.